Hey, what's up you guys? Putting a trailer hitch on your Volkswagen Golf SportWagen can take you to some really cool places like camping, biking, or even towing a U-Haul trailer just about anywhere in North America. Let's go ahead and break down that install. You'll need the tools seen here to complete this installation. Now to install this hitch, we need to remove our rear bumper. So to start to do that, we need to remove our tail lights. We're going to start by turning these two tabs at the top, and then it'll let us pull this right off. So with that cover off, we have access to our taillight harness. We're going to disconnect this by pulling out on this red tab. And now that we have it pulled out, we're going to push on the tab in the center, and it'll let us pull that right out. Next, we're going to remove this white plastic screw. We're just going to turn it counterclockwise. And now with those removed, we're just going to pull straight back on our taillight, and then we'll set it aside. And then we'll repeat on the passenger side. So we went ahead and pulled our vehicle up on the ramps because now we're going to remove some screws in our driver's side wheel well. We have one right here at the bottom, one right here, and two right up here next to the crease. To remove those, we're going to use a T25 torque screw bit. And we'll repeat on the passenger side. Now on the bottom of the bumper, we're going to remove 9 screws. The bigger screws will use a T25 torque screw bit, and the smaller ones will use a T15. Now where these smaller screws were at, we have this little base that we're going to remove. We're just going to take a flathead screwdriver and we're just going to pop out that pin. Now that we have all those pins out, we're going to remove our rear bumper. We're going to start on both the sides. We're just going to pull out right here, and we can see those clips coming out, and we're going to make our way to the center. So right over here, it gets kind of tight on both sides, but you can see the pins in here. If you take a plastic trim panel removal tool, you can just go ahead and push down those tabs, and it'll help us pull this out. So right here where the tail light meets the trunk, we can see that there's this other tab right here. It's pretty tight as well. We're just going to take a trim panel removal tool, and we're going to pry it up as we pull out. And then we'll switch over to the passenger side and we'll do the same thing. All right, now that we've reached the end, we're just gonna pull out over here, and we're gonna make our way to the center. And then we'll set our bumper aside. Now we're gonna remove our bumper beam. On the passenger side, it's held in by 4 bolts. We're going to remove those using a 13mm socket. And we'll repeat on the driver's side, but it only has 3 bolts. Now to remove our bumper beam, it's being held in by some tabs right behind each side. So we're just going to lift up on it, and then we'll pull it out, and we'll set this aside. Now we're ready to bring our hitch into place. We're just going to line it up with all the holes on our bumper beam that we removed, and we're going to be using our U-Haul exclusive hitch jack. If you don't have a hitch jack, we recommend you get an extra set of hands, as you will need to hold this into place as you're putting everything in. So let's go ahead and line it up. And we're going to make sure we go behind these brackets right here. With our hitch lined up, now we're going to take our bumper beam and we're going to sandwich it in between the hitch and our bracket. Now we're going to line it up with those holes. Now we have two different sets of hardware that will come with our kit. For our outside holes, we're going to use our bolts with our flat washer and lock washer. And on the holes on the inside, we're going to use the bolts and conical tooth washer. And we want to make sure that the teeth are facing the hitch. Now we're going to tighten and torque all of our bolts to the manufacturer specification. We're going to use a 13mm socket to tighten all those up. So before we reinstall our bumper, we need to trim out part of it following the manufacturer's instructions so that our hitch will fit into place. We went ahead and taped it off, and we're going to cut out this exposed part using an air saw. Now with our hitch installed and bumper trimmed, we're going to line up our bumper, and we're going to start at the bottom right here, and we're going to go right around the toe loops until it lines right up. Now with our bumper lined up over our hitch, we're just going to push in all of our tabs and reinstall our bumper. And now we're going to reinstall all of our clips and screws on the bottom of the bumper. With our bumper on, we pulled our vehicle down onto level ground, and now we're going to reinstall both of our taillights. With everything installed, let's go ahead and show you some important measurements for your hitch accessories. This is an 1.25" receiver. From the pinhole to the edge of the bumper is 2.5 inches, and from the ground to the top of the inside of the receiver is 15 inches. This will help you determine the length, rise, and drop for your hitch accessories, such as a bike rack and cargo carrier. So that wraps up our install and our video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this install, or if you want to schedule an installation with the U-Haul Hitch Professional, you can visit your closest U-Haul Hitch Center, or you can visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. Thank you.